Being prepared for every situation is something every American citizen should have locked down at the forefront of their mind. Imagine a natural disaster strikes and everywhere is shut down as a result of the damages, or a biomedical virus hits the earth and everyday life comes to a standstill. This is why, in this video, we're going to tell you 12 essential prep items you'll need to ensure your survival in the case of an unforeseen disaster. These items may become scarce in the event of an emergency, and if you have them, they might save you a lot because people would want them. This is why you need to have these essentials hidden in your home now for the survival of you and your loved ones. Out in the wild, fire is your lifeline. It keeps you warm, cooks your food, and boils your water for safe drinking. But in a crisis, starting a fire might be tougher than you think. That's where propane comes in. Think of it as your reliable backup when the going gets tough. Having a good supply of propane tucked away can be a game changer. With propane, you can keep your stove running to cook meals, boil water for drinking and cleaning, and even provide some much-needed heat if the power goes out. Now, I'm not talking about just a little camping canister. Think bigger, a decent-sized tank that will last you and your family a good while. Store it properly, outdoors in a well-ventilated area, away from any potential fire hazards. Treat propane with respect. It's a powerful tool. Out in the wild, injuries are par for the course. A twisted ankle, a nasty cut, it's all part of the adventure. But in a crisis situation, even a minor injury can escalate quickly without proper medical care. That's why having a well-stocked medical kit is non-negotiable. It's your first line of defense against infection, pain, and further injury. Now, I'm not talking about just a few Band-Aids and antiseptic wipes here. I'm talking about a comprehensive kit that can handle a range of medical issues. Knowing how to use these supplies is just as important as having them. Brush up on basic first aid and CPR. You never know when you might need to be the medic in a crisis. Out in the wilderness, fire is more than just a source of warmth. It's a symbol of survival. It represents hope, security, and the ability to persevere even in the face of adversity. But starting a fire isn't always easy, especially when the elements are against you or you're dealing with damp wood. That's why having reliable fire-starting material is essential. I'm talking about lighters, waterproof matches, and even a good old-fashioned flint and steel. These tools can be lifesavers when you need to get a fire going quickly and efficiently. Keep your fire-starting supplies dry and easily accessible. A waterproof container stored in your bug-out bag or a designated emergency kit is a good idea. Chapter 4. Batteries powering through the unknown. In a survival scenario, knowledge is power, and so are batteries. When the grid goes down, your trusty electronics become lifelines to the outside world, and those lifelines need juice. We're talking flashlights to pierce the darkness, radios to catch emergency broadcasts, and maybe even a weather radio to keep you one step ahead of the elements. These devices can be your eyes and ears when everything else fails. You need a solid stockpile, a variety of sizes to power up all your essential gear. Store them properly, in a cool, dry place, away from extreme temperatures to prevent leakage. Rotate your battery supply regularly. Just like any other essential, they have a shelf life. Use the oldest first and replace them to ensure you've always got power on hand. Chapter 5. Non-perishable foods, fueling your body in times of crisis. Out in the wild, you learn to appreciate the value of a good meal. It's fuel for your body, energy to keep you going when the going gets tough. But in a crisis situation, finding food can be a challenge. That's why having a stockpile of non-perishable food is crucial. We're talking about items that can last for months, even years, without spoiling. Think canned goods like beans, fruits, vegetables, and soups. Dried foods like rice, pasta, and oats are also excellent choices, as are protein sources like nuts, seeds, and jerky. Check expiration dates regularly and rotate your stock to ensure freshness. Chapter 6. Portable water supply, the elixir of life. We all know water is essential for survival. Out in the wild, I've gone days on just a few sips, pushing my body to the limit. But in a crisis, finding safe drinking water can be a matter of life or death. That's why having a portable water supply is non-negotiable. And I'm not just talking about a few bottles here. We're talking about gallons, enough to last you and your family for at least 3 days, ideally longer. Store your water in clean, food-grade containers. Consider adding water purification tablets or a portable water filter to your emergency kit. These tools can be lifesavers if you need to source water from a natural source like a river or lake. Remember, clean water is non-negotiable for survival. Chapter 7. Duct tape and tarps, the ultimate survival duo. Out in the wild, I've used duct tape for everything from patching up gear to securing shelters. It's the ultimate multi-tool, a true lifesaver in a pinch. And when paired with a sturdy tarp, it becomes an even more formidable force in your survival arsenal. We're talking about creating makeshift shelters, patching leaks, securing supplies, and even fashioning improvised tools. The possibilities are limited only by your imagination. Keep a few rolls of duct tape in various sizes and a couple of heavy-duty tarps in your emergency kit. They can help you create shelter, protect yourself from the elements, and solve a myriad of other problems that might arise in a crisis. Chapter 8. Portable camping stove and cookware, your mobile kitchen. Out in the wild, a hot meal can be a morale booster, a reminder of the comforts of home. But in a crisis, cooking can be a challenge, especially if your power is out. That's where a portable camping stove and cookware come in handy. We're talking about a compact, lightweight stove that runs on propane or butane canisters. Paired with a basic set of pots, pans, and utensils, it becomes your mobile kitchen, allowing you to cook meals and boil water wherever you are. Look for a stove that's sturdy, reliable, and easy to use. Choose cookware that's lightweight and nests together for easy packing. Chapter 9. Flashlights, illuminating the path to safety. Out in the wilderness, darkness descends quickly, and navigating through dense forest becomes treacherous without a reliable light source. In a crisis, a flashlight can be your lifeline, guiding you to safety and illuminating potential hazards. We're not talking about your smartphone's flashlight app, which can drain your battery quickly. We're talking about dedicated flashlights powered by long-lasting batteries with multiple light settings for different situations. Consider having a mix of handheld flashlights and headlamps. Headlamps are especially useful when you need both hands free. Choose flashlights with LED bulbs, as they're energy efficient and provide a bright, focused beam. Chapter 10. First Aid Kit, your personal medical arsenal. In the unforgiving wilderness, even a small cut can quickly escalate into a serious issue without proper care. A well-stocked first aid kit is as crucial as a compass and map. In a crisis, when medical help is delayed or unavailable, it becomes your personal medical arsenal, equipped to handle a range of injuries and ailments. We're talking about more than just bandages and antiseptic wipes. Your kit should include gauze pads, medical tape, antibiotic ointment, pain relievers, antihistamines, antiseptic wipes, and a basic first aid guide. Choose a durable, water-resistant bag to store your kit and organize the contents for easy access. Familiarize yourself with the contents and their uses. Chapter 11. Emergency radio, staying connected when the world goes silent. Out in the wild, silence can be deafening. But in a crisis, it can be terrifying, especially when you're cut off from the outside world. An emergency radio becomes your lifeline to vital information, keeping you connected when all other communication channels fail. We're talking about a hand crank or solar-powered radio, capable of receiving AM, FM, and no-way weather broadcasts. These radios are designed to function even when the power grid is down, providing updates on the situation, evacuation orders, and crucial weather alerts. Choose a radio with a built-in alert system, so you're automatically notified of emergency broadcasts. Familiarize yourself with the different frequency bands and how to tune into local stations. Chapter 12. Personal hygiene items, maintaining sanity in unsanitary conditions. Out in the wilderness, you learn to adapt to a certain level of grime. But in a crisis, maintaining personal hygiene is about more than just feeling fresh. It's about protecting your health and preventing the spread of disease, especially when sanitation systems are compromised. We're talking about essential items like toilet paper, hand sanitizer, soap, toothpaste, toothbrushes, and wet wipes. These items can help you maintain a basic level of hygiene, even when access to running water is limited. Pack enough personal hygiene items for each member of your family for at least a week. Store them in waterproof bags to keep them dry and organized. Wootro, stay prepared, stay safe, stay resilient. Remember, being prepared is not just about having the right items, but also about keeping them hidden and secure. In times of crisis, these essentials can make the difference between survival and struggle.